Hello, welcome back. We are finishing up the assignments in Unit 2. This is Unit 2, Assignment 3. So if you have not yet done Assignment 1, you need to do that, but we are focused right now on Assignment 3. In Assignment 3, the instructions tell us to create a hexagon. So there's a couple things we need to look at first. Step 1 is to decide in your head how many sides a hexagon has, and so hopefully you know that a hexagon has 6 sides. When we're doing any kind of a shape, we have 2 things we have to know. 1, we need to know how long the sides are. And 2, we need to know what degree the angle is. So in a hexagon, we have 6 angles and 6 sides. The instructions tell us that we want to have the sides be 40 pixels long. That's easy. But it also tells us, it doesn't tell us what the angle of our side is going to be. So here's the quick way to figure it out. I'm going to drop some math on you here. Get our little calculator. We know that a circle is 360 degrees, right? You guys are with me on that, okay? But I need 6 sides. So I'm going to do 360, and I'm going to divide it by 6. And I know that that means all of my angles are going to be 60-degree angles. When I turn my turtle to create this hexagon, he's going to need to turn 60 degrees every time. All right, we know we've got 40 and 60, and we're ready to go. So as always, go ahead and open up the idle shell. And since we don't work in the shell because it's kind of a pain, open up a new file. And we're going to save this file. On my desktop again, I go to course files. And if you still don't have a computer science file, what are you waiting for? Open up computer science. And if you watch the first 2 videos, you know I'm putting everything in examples. These are example assignments that I'm doing for you guys. Unit 2. And I'm going to call this one Unit, let's go U2, Assignment 3. In the class, they tell you to call it Assignment 1C, but that's too confusing for me. So I'm calling this Unit 2 Assignment 3, and I'm saving it. Why am I doing that? Because now my file is all ready to go. So as always, the first thing I need to do is call up my turtle. And that is from turtle import star. That calls up my little cursor that's going to draw for me. And now I want him to be green. In this case, I'm not going to make him be a turtle. I'm not going to have him be in the shape of a turtle. I'm going to let him stay as the little pointer that you get when you first call him up. You guys know me. I like space. So I'm going to do my color. It's green. That is the word color. Open parenthesis. Open quote. Green. End quote. End parenthesis. What happens when I do this? Click run. Run module. Yes, we're good. And I get a green arrow pointing to the right, ready to move forward. Now again, at the end of this, I'm going to hit return twice because I like a little space. I've got my turtle. I've got my green. Now I'm going to give my turtle some directions. The first thing I want my turtle to do is move forward by 40 pixels because we're creating sides of 40 pixels. So let's see what happens. Now we want a hexagon. I could have him turn to the right and put my hexagon down here, but I want to kind of keep my hexagon up here. So this time, instead of turning to the right like I did for my square, I'm going to have him turn to the left, and I'm going to have him turn to the left 60 degrees. That's where we get that math we just did. So I tell him to go to the left, 60 degrees. Watch what happens. Ah, now he is ready to move up to my next side over here on my hexagon. So we're going to do a little code reuse. Remember, code reuse is copy and paste. So I copy my forward and I copy my left. Control C. Return. Control V. Run. Ah, okay, he's drawn 2 sides. Now I need him to turn 60 degrees again to create the next side of my hexagon. And then I also need him to move forward 40. Return. Control V, more code reuse. Run. I have 3 sides, but I need him to turn to that 60-degree angle again to give me the next side of my hexagon. Return. Control V, code reuse. Run. Well, I have 4 sides. I need 2 more sides. Same thing again. Return. Control V. Run. All right, now, last but not least, I'm going to have him draw this last side. If I just draw this last side right here, he'll be pointing downward. I want him to point back up again, so I'm going to have him do that left 60 degrees one more time. This is my final Control V, although this is not my final command, so don't cut off yet. Run one more time to make sure everything looks good. And he's pointing the same direction he was pointing when we started, in a perfect little hexagon. There's one more thing to do, and I'm sure you've already figured out what that is. Double return, exit on click. And if you didn't watch the first 2 videos, see how I made those spelling mistakes? I gotta fix those. This exit on click tells the program that when I, as the user, click my mouse, it should close. Here we go. Perfect little hexagon. Clickety click and goodbye. But wait, we're not done. Go ahead and save one more time. And now we're going to zip this file. Go to your files. Examples, Unit 2, Assignment 3. Right click, send to compressed. And again, you may be able to upload this one without having to compress, but just get in the habit because some of these are going to be way too big. Now what, Mrs. Mack? I'm glad you asked. Go to the class. Unit 2. And I'm leaving because I was on Unit 2 Assignment 1, but now I'm going to go to Unit 2 Assignment 2. Or Assignment 3, I'm sorry. 2.09 is where this goes. Click there. Clickety-click the drop box. Clickety-click on the upload. And go find the compressed file for Unit 2 Assignment 3. Open. Comments. Mrs. Mack is amazing. You can always type those comments. Submit, which I am not going to do right now because, again, I don't want to grade my own work. And you're done. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. If not, please go on now to Unit 3 Assignment 1. There are lots of parts to Assignment 1 for Unit 3, so don't be surprised if you have a few videos to do. See you then.